Good day, welcome to Label Expo once more. My name is Wayne Robinson, editor of Print 21 Media Hub. I'm here with Robert Taylor, Director of Sustainability at UPM Raflatac. Good day, Robert.
Hi everybody, nice to be here.
Robert, UPM Raflatac, obviously one of the major suppliers of media for the label industry globally, and in Australia and New Zealand, of course. What's your main message, the main message of UPM Raflatac to the industry at this show?
Well, I guess if you want to find more sustainable solutions, then we're the company to come and see. Our aim is to be the first label company that goes beyond fossils, and that means we're going to be labeling that smarter future actually beyond fossils. So that means no fossil fuel based components in the future.
Okay, and how far along that pathway are you?
Well, of course we're at the early stages of the journey, but I would say we're about 2/3 of the way there, and we've got some great innovative new products which take us on the next steps.
Okay, well let's move on to those products then, Robert. Which ones in particular are you talking about?
Well, let's maybe highlight two. So maybe the first one, everybody's been concerned about plastics, reducing plastics pollution, and the first one that we have is actually forest film, and that's all about plastic that's actually coming from the forest. So we're using residues of pulp, and we're converting those into polymers and then making the new film with those. So plastic from the forest.
Okay, and what typical applications would that film be used for?
Oh, they can go on a range of applications, but we quite often see them on a lot of home and personal care products. So films based for those end uses.
Okay, terrific. And you talked about two. That was the first one. What's the second one?
Well, the second one is even more unique. It's our so-called Ocean Action label, and the idea with this one is that we're collecting plastic from the beaches in Southeast Asia or along the riversides, plastic that's going to end up in the ocean and basically be polluting the ocean, but also causing a problem for the wildlife that's there. So we're collecting that. It's been recycled and it's been recreated into granulates, which has also been made for film. Same end uses, and we're closing the loop.
Yeah, that's a fantastic story. In terms of practicalities, how does that work? Do you have teams of people on the riverbanks and the beaches there, or is it through national collection systems?
So it's both. They're basically, we have a certified system for gathering those. So the ocean-bound plastic certification means that we've got official ways to gather this material. That then goes to the chemical recycler, and through ISCC we can trace that ocean-bound plastic all the way basically from the beaches all the way through to the shelf that the brand's products are going onto. So it's a fully traceable system.
And is that in operation as we speak, or is it something for the future?
No, it's in operation as we speak, and it's available globally. So if anybody who's interested, give us a shout.
Okay, well I'm sure there'll be plenty of people. Now, one more product in sustainability that's on this display behind us, RAF NXT Plus.
Yes.
Snappily named RAF NXT Plus. Tell us about that one, Robert.
Yeah, Next Plus. That's basically our future-looking paper label, and the reason it's future label is simply, well, first of all, it's coming from a 100% FSC certified sustainably managed forest. But secondly, it's got the capability to offer you the chance to mitigate climate change. It's got a reduced carbon footprint, but what we also quantify is the benefit in increasing the capacity of the forest to address climate change, and that's one of the biggest topics that's on the lips of scientists and politicians these days. So Next Plus is the future of paper labelling.
Okay, and just unpacking that a little, when you say address the forest to address climate change, what do you mean by that?
So basically, because it's a resource efficient label, we're using less trees, so we're cutting down less trees to make that label. Now, it doesn't mean that because they're coming from sustainably managed forests, cutting down trees is saving trees. We're not saving trees, but what we're doing is we're making those trees available for other products. So this is where the resource efficiency story comes in. And the other thing is that when you are buying from 100% FSC certified forests, there's a so-called FSC kind of climate benefit, in a sense that, they're retention tree groups, protection areas, buffer zones, all of those things have a positive impact on the forest carbon story. And we quantify that and can tell that as part of our label.
So UPM Raflatac, obviously a huge company, investing, it seems, an awful lot into sustainability and to ensuring that in the future years, the label printing industry, labels, will be sustainable. Are there any roadblocks on the way to that, as you see, that you still have to overcome, or is there a clear pathway, do you think, from here to a totally carbon neutral industry?
Oh, that's a huge question with a lot of strands to answer. But you know, I think what we do see is the interest and the demand for more sustainable labels is growing all the time. That's a fact. And if I think about, I would say more than 90% of the products that we are selling today are sold with some kind of sustainability value proposition. However, there's most of the products that we're selling today are still only reducing impact. And what we need to do now is move towards products that are being net positive, neutral in terms of impact, somehow regenerative, and that's the next big challenge. And that's something that we have to work on as a value chain. So it's the brands, it's the printers, it's the label producers like us, our suppliers. The whole value chain has to do this, and that's the only way we'll get there. And that's some years off, but we have to get on the road now.
Well, it certainly seems from what you've been saying, Robert, that UPM Raflatac is well on that road.
Trying to stay out in front on that road as well.
Robert Taylor from UPM Raflatac, thanks so much for your time. It's been fascinating talking to you.
Thank you, my pleasure. Take care, everyone.
This is Wayne Robinson at Label Expo, signing off from the UPM Raflatac stand.